we talk in calisthenics a lot, guys, about trying to make a stable base. So if we've got a stable foundation, then every other movement can start around that or move around that. So in this position with the flag, this bottom shoulder is a key point. So we have to open that shoulder out. Hence why we spend so much time at the beginning trying to get into a position here. It's a push-pull movement, right? So the bottom arm is going to drive hard into the bar, the top arm is going to pull. So it's a push from the bottom, pull from the top. The reason this is important is the biomechanics. So the shoulder here is just going to drive straight into the socket. If Jacko lets that shoulder fall away, all of a sudden we've lost a lot of structural stability in that pattern. So we're just going to fall and we're going to collapse out of it. So we have to have confidence to go into that shape. Top arm is pretty straightforward. We're going to talk about active hang, but this shoulder now has to draw into the socket. It creates a tension and connection with the obliques, and that means that we can then create a lift. So just to reiterate, shoulder push through to make a stable base. Bottom arm drives in hard to create a pushing movement. Top arm pulls by drawing into the shoulder here, connects with the obliques, and magically lifts the feet up and down.
So we break it down like the three main things: bottom arm, top arm, obliques on that top side.
Talk about movement patterning. This is teaching that your brain at the moment, you can't do a flag, doesn't know how to push and pull overhead at the same time. So we can start to give it some opportunity to learn. So the bottom shoulder goes in from here, and I'm going to take the top hand over above, and all I'm doing is actively starting to push and drive that away. So rather just kind of sitting and slacking it, I'm getting strong into that shape. It starts to move away.
Tim brought his own kettlebell, I don't know why.
So you can start to load this up and over. The other reason I like this exercise is we get loads of shoulder stability. We increase joint stability, we increase the amount of force we can put through that joint. The brain won't give you power if it knows the joint's unstable. So again, we're getting a double tick here. We're learning to push the bottom hand down when we're creating some stability.
Some of the key things he's looking at is making sure torso straight as well. Torso straight, so thumbs on, rib cage is down, not arched or bent. And then he's actively pushing that away. We said you can rest. We said this bottom arm, I'm going away from this position, I'm opening that up, and this bottom hand is turned out a little bit to get me into that externally rotating position, and then the shoulder is driving him backwards, away, imagine he's pushing away from the bar, rather than just resting on there. And we can start to try and get, if he slides his feet a little further away, we start to get more of an angle of that bottom arm that's going to replicate what we're doing in a flag, rather than being vertical. See that? And he's pushing through, he's not, as soon as he comes in there, he's going to fall. Got no chance. Yeah? So push the ground away, hands turned out a bit, open that up, rib cage down, bum on, trying to create that nice straight line shape as you're pushing yourself away from the floor.
We just think what we're doing always with this bottom arm is we're turning out a little bit, so I don't want to be straight or turned in. I'm just going to try and just externally rotate a little bit here. So then you're pushing away. It's very much like the same hand position, similar to what we're doing on the bars. Yeah? Yes. And then you can work on going in and away, and then trying to get that way as much as we can. Nice. You're getting some pushing.
One of the biggest things we see when people like on Instagram whatever send us a video going, oh, I'm working on a flag, like how does this look? And it's so many times, not for everyone, but so many times people, they're not active through that top arm. They've been used to doing pull-ups without being active through that position. And they're just not generating, they're not creating the tension. Without that, you can't connect the hip on that top side to pull you up. It's key point.
You progress there, guys, try that double arm into active hang, and you can start to feel we can get the shoulders set and then get a bit of oblique activation we can go into a single. That's essentially what we're trying to do in the flag. Hold tight and just hang into that position.
Yeah, not going loose in that position. What you'll see a lot of us, when we try, when we're lacking shoulder range, and we're not very good at activating our mid-lower traps, to get there we'll arch the back, because me arching makes my brain feel like it's doing what I want it to do. So if you feel yourself, or I tell you, we come around and show you like arching your back, you want to try and can you do it, bum on, rib cage down, can I do it and keep this nice straight body alignment. We need that body alignment when we go into our flag.
Come back towards me, let's go straight
when you're going up. Try and lock the elbows down. Just connect.
Small movements.
Yeah, small movement from here. Come on. So bum on, rib cage down, squeeze it. There you go. That's it. Nice feet ever so slightly in front of you.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So that's a nice straight line. You can look in the mirror, you see nice and straight. You transfer? Yeah. On the bar, just I say when you're on the rings, because the floor's low, you bend on your. There you go. Now it's on. There, perfect. Fully shaped. Good. Nice. And you'll know if you lose it because your ear starts to go towards your shoulder. We worked on that push and that pull, now we're going to put them together. I'm going to push that bottom arm through so that I'm on a plane of the, imagine like a plane of glass on the bar. I'm going to, rather than be away from it, I'm going to try and get my body on it, on the line of the bar here, on the plane of the bar. The other thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make an equilateral triangle with my arms. Yeah, rather than being like here somewhere or here. Yeah, I'm trying to make that nice even triangle. And I'm going to maximally push away, just like you were on that T push-up with that bottom arm. And then with the top arm, I'm doing that active hand bang there, and I'm going to keep my feet on the floor. And I'm just going to see, can I get in that shape with my shoulders? Can I make a triangle? And can I actively push and pull as hard as I can? But keep my foot on the floor and just feel what that's like to push and to pull at the same time. It's something we don't do.
Yeah, so try and get yourself lined up with the right everybody's weight. So you need to go a little bit higher with this hand. Stay forwards a little bit.
Make sure you do those sides. Open up and push away. Push away more, and we need to in there, yeah? That's the shape we're going to get to, rather than here, and with that elbow bend. Just keep your foot slightly there. Stable base, got a nice knee fracture triangle. I'm pushing that shoulder through. Maximal push, maximal pull. Can I start to dab my feet off the floor? And pushing through there. Yeah. If we can get ourselves up above horizontal, on the lowering part, the eccentric, we can produce 1.4 times as much strength on the eccentric on the lowering part, like in a squat, than you can do on the concentric. So even if I can't hold my flag, in terms of getting up concentrically, I might be able to lower down the control and keep that tension that we're talking about that's going to give us that adaptation. So you can do all that in all those same things in terms of, I can do it tucked, I can do the same thing, single leg, and then I can do it like double. Oh, thanks, Tim. Christ, you got hard to please this afternoon, right? Back to you next. Just get to stay there, stay. Good. Go slow. Yeah. Go to the point where you can still look. So his hips are higher than his shoulders, so you can actually hold it in that position. The more he brings his shoulders down, his hips down. Yeah, then we get to the point where we can't hold anyone. Nice. Good. There, so stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Now, tiny bit lower the hips, tiny bit lower. There. Good. Yeah. So jump up and steady, straight. So this one straight, that one bent. There we go. Right, now hold. There we go. Nice. Right, so that's not a million miles away at all from doing it. That's like, let's call it 3 weeks. You're going to send us a picture of you doing a flag in 3 weeks. That's better. Better shape. Oh, this looks too wide. Yes. Nice though. That's good. Well done, Joe. I'm used to it. Good. So lucky to Good. Well done, eh? No. Good. Here we go. Which is your strongest side? What feels best? Go your strongest side. Just go one more. Now, we'll see if that just looks quite wide.